I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. And I wish I could say something that was classy and inspirational. But that just wouldn't be our style. Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. This is episode 117, and today we're talking about The Replacements. I am Shawn, and joining me tonight is Andrew, throws all of his old trophies into the ocean, Jemison.
That's not far from the truth, actually. I got to my new job at the band room 8 years ago, and I took all the trophies and threw them away.
Nice.
I said, "Wow, we don't need a fifth place color guard trophy in this room." So I get rid of it.
Suck it, old person that used to run this place. Corny Nadishka! Logan.
I figured that would be the one. That or Jumbo eating the eggs.
I thought about that one too, about the only a crazy son of a bitch would eat eggs before a football game or something like that. But I figured that would be too on the nose.
Before you go to Sam, I'd just like to point out that I too threw away old trophies in my band room when I was teaching.
Yeah, okay. Good to know. And Sam does the electric slide to get out of jail vector.
I've decided, just like Keanu Reeves, to do this underwater tonight so that I can relate to his character.
You sound like the guy from Futurama.
Oh, yeah, you Dr. Zoidberg.
Dr. Zoidberg, yeah.
Oh, people like me.
Yay. Oh, that was pretty good, Corny. All right, we can add that one to one of the voices you can do. Cool. All right, well,
yeah.
This is it. This is 2000s. 2000s. The Replacement, starring Gene Hackman and Keanu Reeves. It's a football type movie with footballs and people getting hit and things like that. So for more about this movie, Andrew has a lot of words to say about it.
When the NFL Washington Sentinels go on strike, the team's owner calls former NFL coach Jimmy McGinty out of retirement to coach a ragtag team of replacement players to finish the season's last 4 games.
It makes it sound like only Washington was the only team that went on strike.
Yeah.
That's not how it would work. But anyway.
Can I read the other one?
Yes, please read the IMDb one.
Here's what IMDb says. During a pro football strike, the owners hire substitute players. The end.
Yeah, that's it. Once again,
I
IMDb.
now know the entire plot of the movie.
Yeah, all of the nuances.
Or even shorter, Keanu Reeves throws a football a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is 2000s, The Replacements. It's a football movie. It's a comedy.
Are we sure?
Are we sure what?
I don't know. This is a football movie.
Yes, this is a football movie.
All right.
Why wouldn't it be a football movie?
I don't know.
It is a sport comedy.
Is that an argument?
No,
Because some people argue, like myself, that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and some people argue against it. So
everyone else.
I wouldn't say everyone. Not everyone else. My wife certainly does. I have known many people to agree with me.
Really?
Oh yeah. I have lots of work friends and other people. I'm surprised the fact that the three of you don't agree with me. Truth be told.
No, I agree.
No, I agree with you.
Okay.
It's a movie set in Christmas, just like Iron Man 3.
3, yeah. And it's about bringing family together and overcoming the Grinch.
And there's a man in a red suit who drives a really awesome vehicle.
Right.
Yeah.
He brings
like,
gifts to
Team America, World Police.
Yeah, something like that.
The vomit scene still gives me nightmares.
Speaking of vomit, this movie had that.
Yes.
Can I assume that we've all seen this movie before this
Oh,
viewing?
yes.
Lots.
This is a classic in my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd only seen this once, maybe 10 or 11 years ago, and I hardly remembered it.
All right, good.
Wow.
So you're kind of the fresh perspective, so to speak.
Yes.
You were the grass before the egg vomit.
Right.
You were the wind beneath my wings.
Thanks. So it'll be interesting to hear what you have to say about this. And so, with that being said, I will let you start us off.
Okay. Well, I vaguely remembered it, and so I didn't really know what to expect or remember what to expect. And so I kind of went in it with a fresh set of eyes and wanted to really like it.
Uh-oh.
But I did not.
Oh.
There were some moments that I thought were funny, and there were some moments that I thought the acting was really bad. And I just didn't. I'm not a huge sports fan as when it comes to movies. Like I would rather watch a game than to watch a movie about a game, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. This one just didn't really do it for me.
All right. Well, that's,
Each to their own.
yep, that's certainly fair. That's why we
Just
have
because
you.
you're wrong doesn't mean that we kill you.
Well, I figured it would be that way.
No, that's okay. We've had episodes before many times when it was the three of us versus Chad.
Yes.
Or the three of us versus Sam. So, and I think the three of them versus me has been a couple times too.
That's a running theme throughout our podcast.
It's usually 3 versus 1. It's very rarely 2 versus 2, actually.
Yeah.
Right?
There were just
Sam,
some
just to be jerks.
There were just some moments in the movie that I thought the comedy was not. It wasn't inventive comedy. It wasn't groundbreaking comedy by any means.
Yeah.
It was. I saw that coming from a mile away, and yeah, that's probably a gag that I would have done if I was making this movie because I'm not that funny either.
And 13.
Right.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong on that. I was actually looking at what this director has done, and this is what he's known for is actually comedies. Like this, all he's ever done is comedies, along with other garbage. I shouldn't say that. That's mean, but I mean he did like 5 episodes of True Blood and American Horror Story and stuff like that. But
I will say that the huddle scene made me laugh only because that is my classroom.
nice.
If you have something to say, raise your hand. All right, let's go to. Yes. Coach, where's the bathroom? Don't worry about it. You don't need to go to the bathroom right now. All right, let's get down to. Yes. I don't know where my drumsticks are. That's my classroom. I wanted to strangle that scene.
Yeah.
Because it reminded you of school.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice. Corny.
I freaking love this movie. I have never had a bad viewing of it, and it is, oddly enough, one of the few movies that stays 100% every time I watch it. I was excited to watch this movie, and I'm not gonna say a bad thing about this movie. I don't think I can.
Oh, challenge
challenge
accepted.
Well, whether it is or not, and yes, there are times where things should have been better, but they just weren't, and I love that.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and tell you that. Well, no, I'm not gonna tell you my ranking, but
Okay, yeah, we'll save that for. Yeah, we have to give the listeners something to look forward to.
screw that.
Yeah, because it certainly isn't the rest of the show. No, I'm just teasing.
No, I don't know. For me, it's just it's a great underdog story, and everybody loves the underdog. You know, you hear that everybody loves the underdog story. I really love underdog stories, and I like the fact that things don't go well, and of course it has that trope of things getting better as time goes on, and then there's the setback, and then the big triumphant return. That just gets me. I love that. I know it's cheap, and it's all. I mean, it's something you can always go back to. But I love movies who do that. But I like this movie in particular because for me, it just feels makes more sense to me than say a Mighty Ducks, which is essentially the same film. In essence, it's the same film.
Yeah.
But this feels better. Everybody has their issues and things like that, and I don't know. But we'll discuss.
All right. And Sam.
All right. This is probably the 5th or 6th time I've seen this movie. It seems like every now and then I just need a good dose of good old happiness in this thing. And I kind of, I agree with Andrew and Corny in a certain way. This is not the best movie in the world. There are very specific flaws in this thing. And, but I don't care. I enjoy it for what it is. It's just a romp. It's a fun little ditty that's just a heck of a good time to go through. You have to turn your brain off. You have to. This script came from some sort of monkey script writer that does all sports movies somewhere in the world and spits out things like this. It isn't inventive. It isn't anything new, but the way they bounce off each other and the way it's just you pull for Keanu Reeves and you pull for the team that as they come together. And is it goofy? Yes. Do I want to be sitting on the bench with those guys having fun? Absolutely. And to me, that's a mark of a pretty good movie. So that would be my take.
Okay.
What about you, Shawn?
I was looking at the writer and his credits.
Yeah.
He has 5 writing credits. Fly Away Home. Remember that one with the geese?
The geese, yeah.
Yeah, he did the screenplay. He did a movie called The Climb. He did this movie, and then he did 2 episodes of Las Vegas, and then he wrote 1 episode of Taxi Brooklyn, and that's it.
Wow.
The rest he's an actor. But he hasn't acted in a long time, so not since 1989. So I hope it's not because he passed away. It doesn't say, so I'm just hoping that he just decided to stop working because he sucked. That was me. If he's dead, I'm sorry. And his family. So this is, I don't know how many times I've seen this movie, but this is the first time I have seen this movie unedited.
What?
Because I always watched it on TBS.
Really?
Or USA.
So what did they edit out?
Well, like the scene when they're in the bar and they're all celebrating the first win and the pretty blonde does the sign language, I heart blowjobs. Like, I've never seen that bit before. She just says, I heart, and then he makes a face and runs over it. I'm like, okay. Certainly they dropped the F-bomb. Did you notice that there was like 3 almost F-bombs?
Yeah.
Like, there was like 3 and then I was like, wait, huh? And I had to go back and look to see if this was rated R because they almost say the word. Or like the guy mouths it, but they cut the sound out, like they fade her out so that they don't have to like bleep it or cut cut it awkwardly. But it's like, mother, wait, he said the word. But no, I have a good time with this. This is my only problem with doing these types of movies for the show is that it's hard to be critical of a comedy because usually the badness is intentional.
Intentional, yeah.
Right? I mean,
so in comedies you kind of have to look for patterns. There's timing issues. There's clarity of the jokes. There's reusing tropes that we've already heard of. And like Andrew mentioned, they use a lot of the same stuff you see in other sports movies.
Yeah.
And but along the lines, I thought it was kind of fun with the characters they did bring to the field. Certainly, we've seen movies where they bring in a ragtag group of athletes / people who play, and they end up winning because of who they are.
Right.
Mighty Ducks is like that.
The Longest Yard.
Longest Yard, Bad News Bears. There's a lot of those types of movies out there. And the fun is just seeing the different personalities.
the one thing that's funny about this movie in particular, and I guess actually every other movie that we just named, is that every other movie we just named, each character is a different version of a person. Meaning,
Yeah.
how do I explain this? I think most football players are fairly similar to each other, and they all have their own nuances, right? Each person's individual, but they're all kind of similar dudes. Or is that a unfair statement?
In football,
They're
you
all
mean?
I mean,
they're all crazy
Well, I
John
mean-
Favreau.
I'm saying like,
I mean, you've got your wide receivers versus your offensive linemen. I would think those are two.
I understand that. You're right. But my point is that every person on camera was a caricature of something else. It wasn't just
Yes.
that Clifford Franklin was the only wide receiver in the film. He was typical, over-the-top diva wide receiver.
He was Ocho Cinco before Ocho Cinco
Right.
was Ocho
Yeah.
Cinco.
Like, he talked in the third person, and he thought he was the stuff, even though it took Stickum to allow him to
You know
catch
this
the
don't look
ball.
natural, Shawn.
That may or may not come back up later. You've got the wide the offensive linemen, the guards who take the phrase "we guard the quarterback" a little literally.
Gentlemen, please turn in all guns to.
No questions asked. There's a reason why we don't actually have sumo wrestlers in the NFL. That's the thing.
We should.
I mean, okay.
Because they push around people,
Yeah.
Well, Chinese people don't play football.
Right. Japanese.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I know. I wanted
They all
to,
look like.
I wanted to capture that, but then I was afraid like it was already racist enough, so I don't want to have to like perpetuate it. But
The entire continent of Africa still hates you. So.
well, that's fair. Except South Africa.
And Wakanda, I think they're okay with you.
Yeah, they're pretty cool
Yeah.
too.
Detroit is out of question.
Yeah, they hate all of us though.
What?
I will say this is just a complete side note, but I mentioned it to Corny, and I think you other guys will find this interesting. We're doing interviews for a full-time position at the university last week, and one of the candidates that we phone interviewed, and then brought on campus, his name is Corny, Corne, with a little apostrophe over it. His name is Cornet, and
It's French.
well, he is South African. He actually is South African. So anyway, it was just kind of funny. But no, this movie is fun. It's what it is. Now, to your point, well, not to your point, Sam, but I'm going to actually do the thing to you that I do with Sarah. When you said you just have to turn your brain
Wait
off.
a second. No.
Stop. When you said you have to turn your brain off, I can't. You good, Corny? You just catching on?
No. I started to say, I understand with Sam because there's a baby.
Yep. Two, actually.
Sam would make a grumpy pregnant person.
Yeah,
Yes, I would.
he's a grumpy, non-pregnant person.
Yep.
Is that when you said you have to turn your brain off? And there are movies that we've done where we use that phrase, but I can't. Not just because it's my quote unquote job for the podcast, but I critique commercials and things like that. There really is. Sarah got mad at me the other day because we were watching something and I saw a boom shadow, and she's like, "Leave it alone." I was like, "I can't. I just can't turn that part of my brain off."
Was it under a horse?
No, it wasn't under a horse, though. So I did a video shoot yesterday. I was sound mixer for a video shoot yesterday for Muscular Dystrophy Association.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't you feel like an ass? And there was a moment
That
where
would be an interesting porn shoot.
yeah, it would be really awful. You should stop right now. And there was a moment where I was like, I can actually boom from underneath and get a pretty good sound. And I was like, oh, crap. I'm just glad there's no horses around right now. So,
Oh, love it.
yeah. I actually thought about that joke while I was standing there in a high school filming this girl. So, anyway. It sounded really strange, didn't it? It was for Muscular Dystrophy Association. This was a girl who was told that she would be living in a wheelchair for the rest of her life, who is now able to walk with the aid of a walker. So she's
Oh, cool.
defying the boundaries set to her which is why they were doing this PSA on her and 5 other girls across the country as being, I think the phrase they were using is live limitless. So to live that limit. Anyway, that's not the point. The point was, you always boom under the horse. Anyway, so back to the point what I was trying to make is that to Andrew's point, yes, some of this movie isn't really good. There is some bad acting. Yes. I think Keanu is kind of phoning it in, and maybe because another argument can be made. Well, Keanu has never been a really good actor to begin with. I think he's actually pretty good in like the Matrix movies, and frankly, that he doesn't have to do a whole lot of anything other than be angry dude in John Wick. I think he's pretty good at the emotional stuff and things like that. I think John Wick, he actually is acting pretty well. Again, mostly he's just angry dude, but
I'll give you John Wick, but
yeah, I think he's pretty good in the first Matrix movie. I think the second and third movies were just everybody was just getting a paycheck.
So here's the thing: I can see where I could agree, but I see his character just being a pretty laid back, calm guy.
Yeah,
with occasional moments of that kind of thing. So just the way he's, yeah.
No, you're
that kind of thing.
You're right, and I didn't. The only clip I didn't capture this movie is the part where he says, "You're not even a was, you're a never was," and he's like, "Or you'll never be more than a replacement quarterback," or whatever he says, and he's like, "Yeah,
that's okay.
I can live with that." And that's typical. That's the whole movie. Is just that delivery, which people make fun of, which I think is fine. But again, there's no great acting happening in this movie.
Gene Hackman was okay.
Yeah, he's fine. I mean, what was he doing? He's just yelling at people.
He's like not detective, the chief.
Yeah.
In a cop movie.
Yeah, he is the chief in a cop movie. He'll talk to you when he needs to, but for the most part, he's just going to yell at you. John Favreau's character, my God, that guy cracked me up.
Dude, I had forgotten that was John Favreau.
Yeah.
On the third, or after watching Iron Man.
Yeah.
And watching this movie again, I was like, holy crap, that was happy.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's the director of what would become one of the greatest, Marvel movies of all time. And he's out there running around. I mean, and John Favreau's character has 2 modes, off or on. That's it. I mean, he's either going to rip your face off or he is stoic.
So his character, he's a cop.
Yeah.
Now, take him out of the football for a moment. Put him in a cop car.
I don't want him as my partner.
No. I think that would make a good movie on its own.
Actually, that would be a great buddy cop movie.
Oh, him and the convict?
No, you can't have the convict because he's a convict.
No. They end up, it's one of those things where he's transporting and then some people attack him and then it's just a buddy cop thing from there.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like, what's that? There's a movie where it's like, well, no, it's like 16 blocks where he's trying to get him to a place.
Yeah.
Blue Streak sort of does.
Yeah, a little bit. I was trying to think of, but you could actually do just a straight up buddy cop with him and somebody.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. just want, yeah.
Just because it works so well with
have you popped your desk chair yet? Anyway, no, I like this idea. Let's make this happen. We'll call up John and say, hey, stop producing Marvel movies, and I need you to get back in shape, football shape, and we're going to do a buddy cop movie with you and somebody. I don't know. We'll find somebody. Clifford Franklin, he becomes a cop, and he talks in the third person.
You're under arrest by Clifford Franklin.
Right.
Clifford Franklin's the only one going to catch you. Clifford Franklin's the only one put you in cuffs.
It's like a one-man cold. It's Clifford Franklin. Clifford Franklin's the only one coming down with it. Clifford Franklin's the only one catching it. Except when I didn't all those other times. Excuse me.
Cheers.
I wrote a lot of notes on this one, and not because I didn't like it. It's just because I had to, and I was really into this movie, but I was really confused by this movie for a long time until I watched it from beginning to end this time. I, for some reason, always felt that Washington was the only team that got scabs, right? Because
from the herpes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're picketing outside of that one. The players rep is outside of Washington, right? Why isn't he boycotting outside of Chicago or San Diego, who went and bought he called it like a minor league team? Is that a thing? Do we have that? Or they bought a semi-pro team or something like that?
Yeah, Morganton used to have one. I remember. We actually marched in a game for them.
That's kind of cool, actually. But why people didn't seem to be mad at them? I thought that was really strange. Like they were only mad at Washington. And was that whole crowd outside of the Washington? Was that the whole football team? Because it seemed like a very large crowd, and they were very angry. And all I could think of is, don't get mad because you're the ones that are on strike, so it's not their fault. Like, that's your fault. So stop being a whiny bitch. And this is the kind of thing, like when we actually had the actual NFL lockout a few years ago, it's hard to relate to millionaires fighting billionaires.
Yes.
You know? The 1987 lockout or strike, I kind of get, because back then the playing conditions were way worse and they didn't get paid very much, like at all. But
the owners were getting a ton of money out of it.
Right, and the owners now still get a ton of money. I mean, they're making $8 billion a year right now.
The special ed cheerleaders got $50 a game.
Oh my gosh, dude. Those cheerleaders were awful. The first ones. But that's a trope, right? Isn't that a trope?
It is.
You know,
but it was a trope that was done way over the top.
Yeah.
That I did not need in this movie. I didn't need it.
You didn't need the girl to come out and do the cheer with a butcher knife?
No. No.
Like, they let a girl with a butcher knife on? No, that would never happen. None of those girls would have ever gone to an actual cheerleader tryout. Which, by the way, why were there cheerleader tryouts? The NFL Players Association has nothing to do with cheerleaders. They are paid by the football team.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the cheerleaders. I'm just devil's advocate here. Maybe they were on the picket lines as well because they were trying to help their players out. I don't know. That's the only thing I could come up with.
I understand, which is a bad thing, right? Because you're having to make something up because it doesn't make sense. So if Annabelle is she the former cheerleader? So she's the one that stayed. So is she the one that didn't go on strike with the rest of them?
Must have been.
So that makes her a bad person, right? But it's also not all of the cheerleaders across the league went on strike, right? Because her friend in Detroit was a cheerleader who said that what's his face has been drinking a lot or whatever. So if the whole purpose of that was just to get funny looking cheerleaders so that they can do sexy cheerleader scenes, like I kind of feel like there might have been a better way to do it, but I don't really know. Other than just don't do it. I don't know how you do it, but I mean,
then you don't get the funny false start.
You're right. I mean,
you're smacking their ass, Tom. Come on.
Exactly.
But that could still happen. You know, there could be another way to make that happen without having to do these ridiculous tryouts with people that would never even be let onto the field.
Right.
Well, have one of the players be some sort of greasy, I don't know, nightclub owner or something, and suggest that to them to help them win the game.
I don't know. There's
we're grasping at straws,
but clearly the producers were too. The director's like, we need to have new cheerleaders and have this funny bit because it'll be funny. Why? Why would they be not? Why would the cheerleaders? Like, and I was also really confused. Again, the coaching staff are paid by the owners. Now, I understand the owner says, I'll take care of the coach. That doesn't make sense. Why would you fire the coach? So coaches make a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
I mean, these coaches are making, even in 2000, coaches are making $3 or $4 or $5 million a year, and they have contracts. So you're just going to go pay some guy not to coach 4 games so you can bring Gene Hackman in? That doesn't make sense.
No.
Somebody
has not studied labor law in this.
Or he's just so rich he doesn't care because his wife has a large lips or something. I don't know. And according to your point, I understand that this is a comedy and it's a farce and it's fictional world. I understand that, but we have to talk about something.
I refuse.
I mean, it would be a boring show if all we did was talk about how awesome we like this movie and how much Reese. God damn.
Reefer?
Yeah. Reese.
You've been hitting the reefer?
Friggin' name. He was the lizard in
Leif
Spider-Man.
Garrett.
What? No.
What is happening?
I can't.
Reese?
Yeah, Reese. John Reese Davies. No,
Reese Davies.
that's not his name.
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces to be with you.
All right, Reese Ifans.
Ithans?
Yeah, the leg. Nigel.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, who?
Because of that movie, every football game I went to
Yeah,
features that now.
the guy who was
I'm wired.
that guy.
What exactly is Wiry?
Yeah.
No, Wiley. Yeah, see it
You
right.
gotta say it, yeah. Why was I mentioning him? I don't remember. Oh, like he's smoking on the field again. That would never happen. But
See,
I bet you could.
I don't. Why? Well, that seems like a terrible idea. Like catch.
Maybe if a kicker-
smoking's a terrible idea.
If a kicker wants to smoke, I don't, and he could kick a 65
yard
yard field goal,
which would break the record.
by all means. Yeah.
You think about, though, in Wales, that's probably normal.
I don't know, but my point is that it would never happen. But then again, 90% of this movie would never happen. You know, like one of my notes was, so in football world or in movie world, a bad guy starts a bar fight but doesn't go to jail for reasons. Because in the movie he says because they're winners.
Famous.
No, that's not how that works. If Peyton Manning went into a bar fight right now and punched a bunch of people in the face and caused a bunch of ruckus, he's spending the night in jail. It doesn't matter if he's Peyton Manning and he does it in Denver or Indianapolis. He's going to spend the night in jail.
Heck. In Milwaukee.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't go to jail. Cop goes to jail, but doesn't use that influence to get out of jail. Immediately, he would have been like, hey, I'm a cop. Don't arrest me. And then he wouldn't have been arrested. The prisoner would have immediately gone back to prison. I bet you going to jail probably violates his parole. Just saying. So I'm like...
But see, what happens here is the pull of Gene Hackman and the way he was able to circumvent the system to help his players out to get them out of the jail.
I understand that
He
part.
had to pay bail for them, by the way.
Yeah, he
Probably
would have had to
fictional.
have paid their bail. So the Sentinels probably paid their bail. Fine. I get that. My point is that all of these things would have happened beforehand. I mean, to think about it, Danny, he can't be a cop anymore. He's a felony, or at least he has a misdemeanor criminal record. So he can probably still be a cop, but he'll probably be like suspended. Oh, I don't know. Maybe with his violent streak, maybe his
Maybe that's why he's playing football now.
Yeah, his CEO is like, yeah, okay, I get it. All right, that's fair. You're in a bar fight. You kill anybody? Okay, you're fine.
You get to kill anybody this time.
Right, yeah, this time, yeah. But you know, I still say that prisoner dude, he'd be back in prison immediately.
Yeah,
so,
I ain't going back.
Yeah.
See, that would have been funny though. At the very end of the fight, you hear the police coming, and you see him scream, "I ain't going back!" and run out the back door. The movie is better just then.
Maybe. I don't know. I understand the scene of the jail. The point of the jail cell was for them to bond about what happened, and then they can do the electric slide, and then they can get released. I understand the point. I'm just saying that only happens because it's movie world,
And I'm okay.
Movie world.
You have to do that from now on whenever I say movie world.
Movie world. Movie world.
Oh, I'm going to record that so I can keep it one day.
I really was going to be pissed if they came out of the jail cell, though, and could suddenly play ball really, really well and work together as a team really, really well.
Have you guys ever seen another movie where they do this exact same thing, where they get into a bar fight and then they go to jail and then they come out of jail and they're all friends for it?
Isn't that the Varsity Blues?
I was going to say Necessary Roughness.
Yeah.
the exact same thing.
It's pretty much a trope. I mean,
Yeah.
it's screenwriters, they go back to this same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah. No,
I was like, without a football movie, I was just going to go the end of The Rundown with The Rock. Him and
yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah.
get a big old fight in there.
This is a thing that's happened a dozen times, if not more, in movies. I did write several tropes, which we'll get to in a little bit.
No, there were no tropes in this movie.
No, not at all.
This was as fresh as the dew on the morning grass.
Right?
Hey, did you know Falco was in the Sugar Bowl?
No.
By the way, let me say that one more time. It was the Sugar Bowl.
Right.
And if you weren't paying attention, he was in the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah.
You think the Sugar Bowl might have paid for that?
Do you want to know the actual trivia on that?
Is there? Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. There's only 3 pieces of trivia for this episode because most of it was garbage. But the reason why they kept saying specifically the 96 Sugar Bowl, because there was technically no 96 Sugar Bowl. Therefore, they're not getting any kind of weird infringement rights and stuff like that. The 95, after the 95 season, the Sugar Bowl was played like December 31st, 1995. And then the next year's Sugar Bowl, after the 96 season, was played January 3rd, 1997. So there was technically no 96 Sugar Bowl. That's why they kept saying it. So that's actually a good job, very clever on some staffer there on the movie, that they were able to pick an event that could have actually occurred in his life, because if he played 96 Sugar Bowl, that means that he was 22. So by this movie, he would have been about 26.
83. Oh.
26, 27 years old. So, yeah, he could have gone on to play, professionally if he wanted to. Which, I want to skip to the end real quick. That scene has always bothered me.
What's
Not
that?
even just this viewing. He says, all right, Martell is crossed. He's like, okay, well, back to my boat. Wait, why? Why do you have to go back to your boat?
Yeah, they didn't say the backup quarterback crossed, right?
Or if he did, they didn't say it, because he said 2 people crossed. So maybe we're supposed to infer that the second name is the backup quarterback.
I doubt it.
But I still would rather have Shane Falco as my backup than Douche McBaggins, who we've never heard of, right? Martell crossed. Okay, owner says we got to play Martell. That way Shane can still be there, so that when Martell has his meltdown, Shane's already there, and we don't have to have the quote-unquote fake drama of him watching it on TV and having to get to the stadium, which, Sam, I know you put in the group me, it's 22 minutes from the marina to the stadium.
Halftime is 30 minutes.
Halftime is 30 minutes, so it's plausible. I'm proud of you for doing that research, that legwork.
Yeah, you're
there.
welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Google Maps.
But I still think it would have been just as fine if, and everything in the movie stays the same. He can still be bummed out. He can still miss his date with Pretty Girl. He can still go and be all sobby by himself, but then he still shows up to support his teammates, right? Because this version kind of feels like he abandons his team. He's like, well, I'm just going to go back to my boat. And it's a good thing the security guards didn't say, oh, sorry, sir, your pass has been revoked. You can't park here. You can't come in. The whole movie ends because some, guard is doing his job. And, Gene Hackman gets a call on his cell phone. Hey, I'm outside. Can you come let me in? And it's a little anticlimactic.
Hey, the back door is locked here.
Yeah. My card doesn't work anymore. Can someone let me in?
But see, there's comedy genius in some of that stuff right there.
Yeah, but I think that turns it into a Will Ferrell movie. That turns the Ascent Brothers.
Okay.
So I don't think that was the intent, but I still think it was dumb for him to leave. And my God, I understand Martell is the bad guy, right? I get that. I mean, they made him to be such a bad guy. They might as well have had him clubbing baby seals on camera. I mean, he was the biggest asshole. And seriously, Martell and the guy that kills John Wick's dog are at the same level. Seriously.
Even the guy who kills John Wick's dog at least had a reason to kill John Wick's dog.
Right, and he actually felt a little, not remorse, but he felt like, I don't know, just Martell was an asshole for just being an asshole. He was just like,
he was a one-note character, basically.
I mean, just garbage. What a garbage human being. And it's frustrating because
Because you want to flip people's cars.
well, it's not that I want to. No, I don't want to do that.
Yes,
though that would be
yes,
fun to do like not someone's car we know, like a piece of junk car at a junkyard. But no, my like I understand that Martell is mad for some reason that somebody else is going to come do his job, right? So not only do we have to have him pick on Falco as he's going into the stadium and he jacks up his little pickup, and then he's got to put the tripwire, which could have killed somebody, and then he has to pick on the deaf guy, right? And like that would have been enough for me to prove, oh, he's a bad guy. But then he tips the truck again, right? And then what was the next thing he did? Oh, then when he crosses, right, he goes into the locker room and then basically tells Shane Falco, you're not worth anything, and you're basically, you should never have been here, and how mean of them to give you hopes and dreams. And then while playing, he then has to eyeball Shane's girl. Like, how much do we have to continue to paint that he's an asshole? And then, that's how high I get my voice. He says shit like this.
Man, who do you think O'Neill's going to side with, huh? Some burnout old coach or someone who puts fans in the stands?
Oh, my God. Now, again, I'm supposed to hate him, but that's a terrible line anyway, and I hated both him and the writer for having to hear that. You know, I mean, the only way that could have been worse is if he would have said this afterwards.
Hey, bruh!
You know? He even had the same, little, what's the thing called? The little, what's that called?
Inflection?
If you're looking at the camera, you know what I'm talking about. That facial hair that's right here.
Oh, the soul patch.
The soul patch, that's what it's called.
Yes.
I thought it was called the spider for some reason. The soul patch.
Although I do find that offensive.
The soul patch?
Yeah. I don't have one.
Oh.
When I got soul. And I'm super bad.
But you're not a soldier.
Damn, I hadn't heard that song in a long time.
No joke, right?
Hey, did Andrew mute himself again?
Oh, I did. Did you need me?
No. Did we need Andrew, we always need you.
Yes.
I was coughing rather uncontrollably, and I didn't think you wanted to hear it.
No, we need that. Makes the show raw and gritty,
Yeah.
much like the eggs on the field.
Oh, ugh. They were that. Well, maybe they were at least, maybe not raw, but they were probably hard-boiled or soft-boiled. I don't know, but either way, that was awful. Anyway, my point is Martell is a complete asshole, but they had to keep piling on that he's a bad guy. Whatever. He was just somebody to hate. He was kind of a useless character. Did you also, I'm just skipping all over my place in my notes. Did you guys not think it was weird that the coach didn't tell his offensive coordinator that the star tight end is deaf?
What?
Yeah, I mean, just. What? He
Our
goes,
best offensive weapon.
yeah, he comes up to him and he goes, hey, that was a good catch. Where'd you learn how to do that? And he signs, my dad taught me to catch. That's what he said. I can read that.
Good for you.
And he,
It's like you have a superpower. Wait. If he's deaf, does it mean he has Daredevil superpowers? Because that's just what I imagine.
but opposite, right? So like I have supervision.
Supervision.
I am a
Some sort
supervisor.
of witchcraft.
So
It would also be really awkward to do a podcast if I was deaf. But anyway, I have.
did I ever mention to you guys that because of Daredevil and things like that, I just always imagine that anyone who's blind has superpowers.
Yeah, you
I
have
can't
said
stop
that.
it.
Like you're.
Yeah.
As I was watching Daredevil, we have a gentleman that he basically resides in the Cone Center where I work. He's a grad student, and the grad department is in grad life is what it's called, is in our building. So I see him daily, and he is. I would say he's probably 90% blind because he can see when it's real close. But for the most part, he walks with a stick. And when I was watching Daredevil, I was thinking stuff like that too, Corny. It's like, oh, I wonder if you can hear me like fart from across the room or something like that, you know.
Is he hearing, or is the vibrations against super sensing?
Or does he feel the pressure level change or stuff like that? But then I'm like, no, I'm an asshole. Stop thinking stuff like that.
Well, I will tell you, I'm awfully impressed. I work in Morganton, and actually, I could see it out the window of my office is the School for the Deaf. Mm-hmm. And they have a football field out there, and every now and then I'll drive by while they're practicing, and those kids play just as well as any other kid. It's just a little different.
Yeah, well, they can still be totally athletic.
If you think
somebody blows the whistle.
Oh,
I'm sorry. That's terrible.
I think we just lost our entire hearing impaired audience.
Well.
Oh wait!
Oh God!
We need to stop this right now before we lose actual listeners because they think we're assholes.
Think?
I
didn't used to be this way until I met you guys.
Stop it, listeners! I promise we're not assholes.
Shawn told me to say it.
We're just being insensitive.
He's been passing notes around.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Sam is the chloroform to our consciousness.
Right. That's actually. Yeah. Thank you. Look, I am just apparently. Ignorant when it comes to geographical locations in Africa. That's my weakness. And apparently physics of space, and when it comes to guns in space, and
there you go,
and some other
common elements. Helium-3
is that a common element? Is that considered common? I don't know.
Well, no, helium's the common element.
Yeah.
Helium-3 would be the. What was that? A compound?
I don't know.
Call that?
It still sounds like something Tony Stark made up in his lab. Oh man, I need some more helium-3 plating so I can power my arc reactor. It's just what it sounds like. Anyway. You want to hear some clips? Because I got a whole bunch of them.
Let's do it.
All right, I don't remember what the first one is because I didn't write anything down for it. So this is our first mystery clip of the night. And apparently, it's so mysterious, it's also silent.
That's the best one. This is all from the point of view of the tight end.
Falco. Footsteps Falco from Ohio State?
The same.
God, he hasn't played in years.
Should be well rested then.
Yeah.
That's right.
A little nice little music there going on in the background to just set
kind of like if Chad would ever, sit in for one of us. He's been well rested.
Yeah, he'll be well rested. Damn it. Well rested. That was hard to say. Here we go. Number 2. This one just says, this is when the players union guy was making really ridiculous claims.
They have blatantly gone out and hired scabs, which goes against all the principles of our Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and the Emancipation Proclamation as well. And look, here come the scabs now.
What? The Emancipation Proclamation? That all African Americans above the Mason-Dixon line are hereby free? Yeah, that's what it means that you can't. Yeah. Anyway, good job. That was funny. This part's still funny.
I'm wired.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, this one's kind of a long clip, but I wanted to get the whole thing because it really made me laugh. This is one of the few moments in the movie that it really got me like a good belly laugh while I was watching it. So it's it's a minute long, so just tuck in. Apparently I captured a lot of music.
Wilkinson. What kind of movie is this?
Earl Wilkinson. Boy, I knew I recognized you, man. I knew it. You played for Minnesota, baby. Oh, shit. Earl Wilkinson, man. Oh, my God, boy. You'd have been all pro if you hadn't beat up them cops and gone to jail. What I had meant to say was allegedly beat up them cops, and because a good Christian boy like you would never do nothing like that. That's right. The way I heard it, my man didn't even do nothing anyway. Cops are just jealous of the black man. And you hear what I'm saying? My boy was living large. I can't stand a cop. You know what I'm saying? I better not see a cop. I whoop a cop ass. You can believe that.
I'm a cop.
Okay. I just like that bit. Sorry for that. That music that you were hearing was like the music they were playing while they were doing awkward cheerleader tryouts. So,
it's like porno music.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
All right. Bust a move. I don't know who did it, but that was a little staple of my youth.
Bust a Move. That wasn't not Tove Lo. Who did that?
Hold on. Just Bust a Move.
Yeah, I thought, is that Frankie? No, was it
Young MC, Bust a Move.
Young MC. I would never have gotten there. I would have been way wrong. I wrote, this was called Monkeys, and then I put a question mark because I can't understand. I couldn't quite understand what he says. So let's see if this is the game that we play every now and then where, what does he actually say? So here we go.
I've seen monkey shit fights at the zoo that were more organized than this.
I've seen monkeys shit twice. What?
I've seen monkey shit fights at the zoo more organized.
Shit fights.
Yeah.
I've seen monkey shit fights at the zoo that were more organized than this.
Shit fights. Okay, I've never. Okay.
Because monkeys throw poo.
Yeah, I get it now, but I shit twice at the zoo? That never made any sense.
I've seen monkey shit fights at the zoo that were more organized than this.
You're still doing. You're fine. If you have small children in the car, I'm sorry.
Shit fights.
Get me the. Oh, okay. So this one's edited down a little bit because again the scene would have been too long, but one of the best moments of the movie.
Danny. I need that ball. Get me the ball. You need the ball. Get me the ball. Get you the ball. Are you gonna get me the ball? I'll get you the ball. I hope he doesn't kill somebody. I'm the man. You got me the ball. You got the ball. You got me the ball. You got me the ball. Go sit down now, Danny.
That's basically like life with my dog. Hey, Peanut, you want to go outside? You want to go outside? Let's go outside. Let's go outside. Let's go outside. And then we go outside. Yeah, that's dog. That's Peanut. This is a great John Madden moment. Which, by the way, how lucky are the Washington Sentinels that every game they got John Madden and Pat Summerall? How cool is that? Because we paid them to be here, we're not going to waste them and make it realistic that we would actually have different announcers for other games that were not as important. But whatever. Again, movie world. I said again, movie world.
Nope.
Oh, you bastard. Eagle. Okay. I was just making sure that my Pavlov's powers haven't worn off yet. Here we go.
I love to see a fat guy score. Why? Well, because look, you get a fat guy spike, and then you get a fat guy dance.
I haven't really noticed it until playing these clips over again, but there was an awful lot of real shitty techno music in this movie.
There really was.
My God, I
did notice that this is the first time I've noticed how bad the music is in this.
Like, the movie starts off with Lit, and I love that band. I love that song that they start off with. I can't think of it.
Is it Mile and Worse Enemy? Is that what the one is?
Better Off.
Oh, yeah.
Put it in a Ziploc bag. I don't know what it is. Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. It's just.
I'll find it.
Ziploc. Yeah, it's called Ziploc. Performed by Lit. Like, I was like, oh, great, cool, 90s rock. And then we got a whole lot of techno garbage. Anyway. But, I guess you got to have something for the girls to dance to as they're smacking each other in the ass. Oh, yeah. I mentioned it earlier, and here it is.
Coach, ain't that stuff illegal? What are they going to do, put you in football jail? Now, you know this don't look natural. Now, you know it don't. Don't talk. We're going to run the same play. Do you hear me? You're going to catch the ball. Coach, I look like I just jacked off an elephant.
I don't know why I would use that, but I want to keep that for some reason.
That's the one scene in the movie that I had a legitimate, belly laugh.
Yeah. I don't remember why I wrote this one, captured this one, but this is the last one I have.
Yeah, but what are they going to do, Pat? Fire them?
All right, yeah, that's right. That's what I say about myself. What are they going to do, fire me? Yeah.
Yeah, but what are they going to do, Pat? Fire them?
That's right. Anyway, that's it. That's our clips. We did have hold on. Give me half a second to cue it up. I never have it ready. And I forgot what I even called it. Oh, yeah. We did have of course. Cheerleader training montage. And about a third of the movie was just football playing montage anyway. So we could have renamed the movie that. The montage replacements. Or replacement montage. I don't know. Players are introed with their own vignettes. That's a trope. Griffith Flinken. Oh, who's that guy? Oh, well, he's fast, but he can't catch, and then he outruns that kid. Instant respect by fighting along with teammates, and guns solve all problems. That's the trope I wrote. I'm sure they were more. Well, they did in this movie. Son of a bitch. Oh, hell no. Pow. All right, stop. Yeah, you really want to piss him off. Don't do the windshield. Do the friggin' hood. Put some lead in the engine block of that thing, man. It won't ever run.
Shoot the hood?
I thought he only shot the windshield and then this passenger window. Or, I just pulled a gun out. I Glocked in 17 and just started firing. That is pretty funny. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Ready for I only wrote 2 other pieces of trivia since I already told you the one about the Florida or the Sugar Bowl. So time for me to play this thing.
The thing and the stuff.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
During filming, this actually, I don't know if this is real or not. I never know if any of it's real, but this makes me sad if this is real. And anyway, during filming, they filmed this in the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. That was the Baltimore Stadium, not Washington. And most of the outdoor scene was, in fact, Baltimore Harbor, not Washington. But anyway, during filming, Keanu Reeves was offered a tryout with the Baltimore Ravens.
Why?
Because apparently he was that good. Now, I have to remember, if they filmed this, let's say they filmed this the summer of 99, right? So this is going into the end of their Trent Dilfer days when they did eventually win the Super Bowl in 2000. But Trent Dilfer was their quarterback. I don't blame them for trying out Keanu Reeves, but that's just really sad on their part. And then the only other one, a piece of trivia I copied down, which I thought was worth even reading, was Fumiko's war cry, "Non desu ka," is Japanese that actually means, "What is this?" That's all it means. So he just got done watching Nightmare Before Christmas and had that song stuck in his head. And so he was just screaming it in Japanese. What's this? What's this? It's up in the air. No? Okay. Anyway, bad joke. I apologize.
Sorry. It's okay.
So we can do the recasting game, but I kind of feel like they've already done that. And that was in
several times over.
2008's The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler. So, I mean, I don't know how you'd get to do it now, but, again, pick athletic white dude, and there you go. Or you can have, I think it'd actually be funny if you recast the movie, but put actual athletes in the movie. Like have Cam Newton be the replacement dude,
But can they act?
Probably not. I've seen his Greek yogurt commercials, and they're terrible. So,
are there shadows of booms?
I didn't see any, but who knows? Yeah, there you go. Soundtrack great. I just gave it an aughts rock, but then I realized that after listening to a lot of these clips, it was a lot of garbage techno. So I'm going to change it from that to garbage techno because that's what it was. I didn't like it. I thought I did, and then I realized I didn't. So
that's all right. That's okay. Yeah, I like it.
Like the Supremes was great and lit, and there was some other moments in there. The actual score itself was whatever, but. That's just how far you're going to go. What did we learn? I learned that you can be pulled. I learned that you can be pulled from the street and be in football shape. That's right. That's what I learned.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, he's been playing underwater.
That's true with his trophy that he threw down there for some reason and seemed surprised that it was down there.
So essentially, he practiced
Water polo.
And, and a couple times Earth's gravity, same way a Super Saiyan would.
Yeah.
And
I think what's actually most important here is that he littered and therefore is a criminal and should be in jail.
Well, he was. So there.
Oh,
you're right.
Oh, what's happening? Is Chad on? What just happened?
You know what would be creepiest damn thing ever if Chad was on and we just didn't notice?
I think I would know, but
I don't really watch the Skype thing. It stays hidden from me. So if I just heard his voice all of a sudden, I might.
I would probably freak out too, truth be told, especially since I didn't call him. Who is that? Yeah. Andrew, is that you again?
It's not me.
Weird.
It ain't me.
Not me.
Well, it's got to be one of you three. Anyway, we'll just keep moving on, and if someone starts to transform, then we'll go from there. I didn't play this game earlier. This had a budget of, who wants to guess?
$12.
$12? That's mean.
No, I'd say I'd see 75.
75 million?
Yeah.
That's your budget.
Yeah.
Okay. Corny?
25 million.
All right. And Andrew?
I'll split the difference and go like 55.
Well, 50 would be the technical,
well,
the actual middle, which would be correct. 50.
Don't tell him how to live.
No, but I'll tell him how to do math. It grossed only 44.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which is a little sad. You kind of want something like this to do well, but it didn't. But
It never
I think
was. I don't think it would have.
I will say this: comedies don't typically do, except movies like The Hangover, which changed things for some reason. But they usually don't do well in theaters.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is the thing about. I think I've talked about this on the show before. If I'm going to it, you okay?
Yeah, my dog just attacked me.
No, you probably deserved it.
About damn time.
Yeah, I go to a movie theater to watch something that I can't. I only want to experience in a movie theater.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to see the new Star Wars and Deadpool and Captain America 3 on a big screen. I don't care. I can watch The Notebook anywhere, and it'll be the same movie. So, anyway. I don't know why that was the first chick flick that came to mind, but it was. Deal with it. That's kind of it, right? That's kind of the show, right? Yeah, okay. Top 3. Top 3. Well, of course, what else would we do but top 3 football movies, I should say.
Of course, movies.
Of course, movies.
Crap.
So you're ready to go, Corny.
Yeah. So Andrew, I guess that would be make you the one up.
Okay. Well, I have an honorable mention of Little Giants.
Nice.
Taking it back to the childhood.
Now, can I just I think I've already said it on the show before, but I met Icebox.
Oh yeah, she did.
That's right. Didn't she hit on you or something?
Not me. She hit on one of the other
sloppy drunk.
Yeah, she's kind of a sloppy drunk, and but I did. Yeah.
1-star review from Icebox.
Now, if she listens, that would be flippin' awesome. And Shauna, if you're listening, I love you, and I lost your phone number when you gave it to me. Anyway.
If there's no proof
That's
of it,
so
didn't happen.
awkward. That's
Right?
just great.
Give me your number. I lost it. Facebook me. We are friends on Facebook, but that means nothing because she's friends with like 9 million people. So, anyway.
Oh, by the way, I saw the person you knew from Fear the Walking Dead was on again in a flashback.
Oh, good for her. She's also in that movie, The Nice Guys, with
Not Farrell.
Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. Yeah, because
Yeah.
her Facebook picture is her hanging out with Ryan Gosling.
Oh, cool.
And everyone was like, "What the hell?" And she's like pretty girl or something like that. Like that's her credit is like hot girl or something. But But yeah, so she was but she was just a flashback. Like she didn't actually have her doing new stuff.
I don't think
right?
they had her do anything extra, but she was, eating somebody's face off, basically.
Oh, good for her. Yeah, Lexi Johnson, she was a friend of mine. I did a shoot with her, and she was the Patient Zero in Fear the Walking Dead. So I actually did try to get her on this show, Andrew. This was before you joined us, but I called her up, or I didn't call her, but I Facebook messaged her and said, "Hey, Lexi, congrats on the gig, whatever. I'd love to have you on the show just to do like a promo bumper. Like, hey, this is Lexi Johnson, the Patient Zero from Fear the Walking Dead, and you're listening to my good friend Shawn and his podcast, Cheapseat Reviews." And so she said, "Yeah, that sounds great. I'd love to do that. You need to contact my publisher or my agent and see if that's allowed." And when I did, I got nothing back. So,
ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, I think when I put in the email, I can't pay her, that was enough. So, oh well.
Yep.
Anyway, so you're at Little Giants is your honorable mention.
Okay, so number 3, The Waterboy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of Adam Sandler's actual funny movies. Which there's a new one coming out on Netflix pretty soon.
New Waterboy?
Or no, the new Adam Sandler flick straight to Netflix.
Remember when we did the
it has
the Ridiculous Six?
In it?
Yeah.
Or the Ridiculous whatever. They said that he did a 3-movie contract with Netflix.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this one actually I watched the preview and it looks funny. The Ridiculous Six kind of looked ridiculous. This one looks like it could be promising.
The greatest of ease. Oh, sorry. Why do I have 3 nipples?
Golding.
Golding. Yeah, I'll say Golding. Oh, gee whiz.
So that's number 3. Number 2, The Blind Side.
Okay. It was on just the other night.
Yeah. And number 1, Invincible. With my buddy Marky Mark.
Marky Mark, yeah. Where he plays for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Oh, come on, guys. You both have failed. You both fired. I just said the Philadelphia Eagles. Twice now. There you go.
Oh, sorry.
I refuse to call on that.
Oh, no. You did it last week or 2 weeks ago when I mentioned the Philadelphia Eagles.
There
you go.
Shit, you're right. Damn it.
I broke them.
I will break you.
Yeah. Corny.
I will give an honorable mention to Rudy.
Wow, that's an honorable mention. Okay.
Yes. Just because it does not fit the rest of these.
Okay.
My number 3 is Waterboy. Well, technically Rudy fits more than this. That's the one that sticks out. But anyway, Waterboy, Any Given Sunday.
Oh, that's a hard one for me to watch.
And Remember the Time.
His eyeballs rolling around on the field.
Yeah, that's
I mean, come on.
Yeah, that movie's hard. And freaking watching what's his beak?
Vanderbeek.
No, defensive end for the Giants. One of the greatest pass rushers of all time. Went to Carolina. Come on, Corny.
Julius Pepper?
No.
What did I just say?
Julius Culpepper. No, not him.
Julius Pepper. No, I don't.
Come on, everybody knows who he is, except for Andrew. He doesn't do sports.
I don't really do Carolina football.
Damn it!
Say that again.
He played for the Giants. I can't remember. He was defensive.
Strahan.
No, the other one.
Thomas
Pierre-Paul.
Jefferson.
No, Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, he played with the Giants.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Lawrence Taylor. Good gracious.
Lawrence Taylor. That's what I said all along.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson. Lawrence Taylor. It's the same. Roll T. He's in that movie.
Sam's World is probably the same.
You're probably right, actually. That's no wonder you suck at fantasy football. Oh!
Hey.
Actually, you've won it a couple times. I'm not going to.
I was about to say.
Commissioner wins on an easy schedule.
Uh-huh. Oh, look at that. Sam gave himself 2 bye weeks this year. Oh, okay. Good job, Commish.
Just came off that way, guys.
I don't know how it happened. Jeez.
Still got to win and win the count.
I'm going to have to ask my manager to change the schedule.
Yeah. Anyway. How many of you wanted them, Sam?
2.
No, I've only won 1. Bastard.
Me too.
Which is sad is how many seasons we've had.
Now, there's other good guys in that league. Corny, were you done?
Always.
Okay.
Oh, wait, is that my last movie?
I don't know.
Oh, remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans. I still love that bit. I mentioned that the other day, Corny. The whole he says things that don't make sense in that movie. I do not dance if I do not hear music. I do not scratch if I don't have an itch. I will not be intimidated. Wait, what? That doesn't make sense. One of those is not like the other, Coach.
The line, "You're overcooking my grits."
I'd say that all the time.
That was actually one of the few lines I'd heard previously from my family versus this movie.
Right.
And I remember being young, and it might have been my grandmother, but I was like, "Grandmother, can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have this?" She goes, "You're overcooking my grits, boy." So when this movie came, I was like, "Oh, I've heard that."
Nice. I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts.
That may or may not have been my some of my speeches before football games with my band.
I did love that movie.
Anyway, that's it for me.
Okay, Sam.
All right, I got number 3.
Yeah, they play football in there somehow, right?
Well, technically, when the T-Rex eats the lawyer, his foot goes flying off. So it was kind of like a kickoff, I guess.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Yeah. No.
I'll allow it.
Number 3, I got Friday Night Lights.
All right.
Which the book is even better.
You only like it because you see Ali Larder in a whipped cream bikini.
No, you're thinking of my number 2, which is Varsity Blues.
Oh, you're right. That is number 2. So that's the reason why that one is number 2.
Yeah.
Friday.
Well, I mean, no, that and all the characters in it are a heck of a lot of fun.
That actually does have Vanderbeek in it. So
it does, yeah. And my number 1 is with the good old Sam as Rudy.
Rudy.
Yep.
One of the greatest film soundtracks ever.
Absolutely.
I love the fact when he takes the ball and they take it up the mountain, and the quarterback just won't give it.
He looks at the quarterback and says, "If I can't carry it, I'll carry you." Because you can't. If he's an offensive lineman, he can't touch the ball.
That's right.
So he'll just
wait a second. Didn't offensive lineman catch the ball in this movie?
Yeah, but that was after it
was a fumble, essentially.
Well, yeah, it hit another player first, so it's a live ball.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, he hit that guy square in the face.
Square in the face. Okay.
Which is basically what they did in The Longest Yard. When he hit the ref in the nuts.
Varsity Blues, he threw it at the mascot and his father's face.
Nice. A lot of balls flying in people's faces.
Kick ass on 3.
A lot of, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that part was fun. And then the guy's like looking around going, "Why did we get a flag?" I love that bit. Okay, my turn?
No.
Oh, so I'm going to change it up a little bit since we've all said some of the ones that I have. So my honorable mention will be Rudy and the Little Giants. So then my number 3 will be The Express, the Ernie, forgot his last name, movie. It's a Disney movie, really good. He was basically going to be the next Jim Brown.
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson was a Ghostbuster.
Ernie.
I just assumed the only Ernie I know.
Yeah.
Or that, and the dude that worked, that lives with Bert.
You mean Brent Harris?
Bert.
The Express. Yeah, there it is.
The Pony Express.
Your face.
It's just called The Express. The Ernie something story. The Ernie Davis story.
Ernie Davis. That's what he said.
Not even close.
It's a really good movie because you got some race stuff there. It's basically like another version of Remember the Titans. It's a really good movie. Only it's college instead of middle school or high school. So that's number 3. Number 2, I would probably put as I'm just going to say, it's actually Remember the Titans, but for this, I'm just going to say The Longest Yard, because no one else has said that one yet. Or no, wait, one of you guys did say that, right?
What?
No, you said The Water Boy. That's right. So I'm going to say The Longest Yard, because they mentioned Appalachian State. And then my number one would be...
But they do it only as in a reference to a cupcake.
So?
To which, didn't we win the first national championship after that?
The year before that movie came out, we had won our first national championship.
And then we beat Michigan.
And then we beat Michigan like after the movie came out. So suck it, Adam Sandler. I actually think it was actually cool that he even mentioned it, truth be told. And then my number one would then be Necessary Roughness.
Okay.
So I like that movie a lot because it has Kathy Ireland as the kicker, which is kind of cool.
Rough, like your mother likes it.
Right. We have emails.
Whoa.
All right.
And I mean emails. We have two.
I'll call bull.
Nope. One is from our good friend, and by ours I actually mean Corny. Yours, my good friend, Michael
Okay.
Antonucci.
What?
Big
What's
Mike.
up, Mike?
Big Mike from Carowinds.
Big Mike? Actually, we never said that. I'm sorry, Mike.
No.
We never called you that
Well,
way.
we called him Big Mike, but we didn't
We
say
did.
it
We
the
never.
way you just
Big
said it.
Mike!
Yeah, we never
Can't
did.
not do it now. Sorry.
Well, you're going to have to apologize to him.
Eagle, caw. Big Mike!
You're stuck in a loop, Corny. Time is a flat...
I'm a wigwam. I'm a TV. I'm a wigwam.
I said, relax, man. You're too tense.
Too tense.
Remember, time is not a flat circle, no matter what Game of Thrones would have you believe. He says, greetings, gentlemen. With Memorial Day this weekend and the 4th of July just around the corner, I have a recommendation/challenge for you all. No, it's not Independence Day, which is what I was hoping he was going. I was really hoping that's where he was going. In the spirit of those patriotic holidays, I hereby suggest the 1972 movie 1776, based on the Broadway musical of the same name. It stars William Daniels of Knight Rider and Boy Meets World fame as John Adams and features Blythe Danner of The Prince of Tides and Meet the Parents as Martha Jefferson. Critics routinely give it mixed reviews, but historians have been known to enjoy it due to much of the dialogue being lifted directly from the writings of the Founding Fathers themselves. As you have not done a musical in quite some time, if ever, this may be an interesting change of pace for you all. Your loyal listener and proud donor, Michael Antonucci, who did donate his $25 allotment, so he will actually be on the show.
I was about to say, would he like to join us for that one, or is he just suggesting this one?
I think that he actually has one in his mind. Corny, did you ever watch with us the Godzilla Final Wars?
No, I did not.
I'm 900% sure that's what Michael's going to want to do for this show. Basically, I can't remember. It was like the 50th anniversary or 75th anniversary. I don't remember. I guess 50th probably seems more real. Anniversary of Godzilla. And so they make this movie, complete ham, cheese, whatever, right? And they make it basically, it's like Godzilla fights all of the things that he's fought over the years again, including the Matthew Broderick version of Godzilla.
Oh, cool.
Like they even CGI it to make it look really terrible. It's actually really funny. So, and one of the greatest mustaches I've ever seen is in that movie. So it's overdubbed garbage, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm pretty sure that's what Mike's going to want to do. So there you go. Thanks, Mike, for your email.
Big Mike. Damn it.
cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. Our second and other email comes from listener Jen.
Oh.
Our first female listener.
Our unicorn.
Yeah. Hey guys, it's been a while since I've sent you an email, and I finally caught up on your shows, and I need to say a few things, as she always do, which is great. I am surprised that no one mentioned that the villain of Captain America actually won. He was able to do what he wanted, namely break up the Avengers team. That's pretty rare in a genre where the good guys always come out on top. Number 2, I think what makes Marvel movies so much better than DC is the little moments. It's the small things that make you really want to actually hang out with these characters. From Vision cooking a subpar meal, to Captain America, to Cap's two best friends bickering about moving the seat up and teasing him after kissing his crush. DC doesn't give you this. At no point do you want to hang out with Superman or Batman. I think that's actually a very valid
Absolutely.
valid and fair point. That's what I was trying to say.
Very phallus point.
You were going to go to it? A very bad place.
Number 3, I really think your captain episode was your best one yet. Good job, guys. Oh, thanks, Jen. And then, as always, she has something special for each individual of us. I can't say. I really can't talk tonight, man.
She only thinks the captain was good.
Having, man.
She only thinks the captain episode was good because I didn't talk for like half the episode.
Which is funny that you say that, Andrew. She says, Andrew, the mute button is your enemy. Corny. Oh, corny.
Oh, don't you do it. You son of a bitch.
That's all she wrote.
You son of a bitch.
She really, she literally wrote corny and then quotations. Please enter Malachi audio clip here. It makes me laugh every time.
I hate y'all so much.
Sam, so if Shawn's wife is now ruined, does it make Shawn ruined too?
Absolutely. Shawn's been ruined for a while.
Yeah, so are you. So let's not talk about that. And then for me, she said, I wish you and your wife good luck. So keep up the good work.
Wait. She said something nice about you?
Yes, because I'm the nice guy on the podcast, and you're the asshole, remember?
Wait a minute.
You're the villain
Wait a second.
that wins every episode for some reason. What?
Oh. Well, did the bad guy actually win?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of, right?
We got him break up, and people are in hiding now, and
yeah,
Captain America is a criminal.
I mean, kind of mission accomplished. The only thing that the only part of his plan he didn't really succeed in is that they didn't kill each other.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, is what he would have wanted.
Huh.
There's
want your face.
There's actually, have any of you guys seen The Sum of All Fears?
Yes.
Yes. Money.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while, but
I just want to question it was an actual movie.
We're going to do that eventually for the podcast. Just go ahead and do all of the Jack Ryan series available to us. But that's kind of the main point of the movie is you can't fight Russia and America. You get them to fight each other. It's kind of the same concept. Only in this case, it's Captain America versus Iron Man. So there you go. That's it. That's our show. So here's some business that we need to discuss. First of all, first point of business. My wife and I are expecting our child as we record this.
She's currently in the hospital giving birth, but Shawn is such a devoted podcaster that he is here tonight with us doing this wonderful podcast on the Replacements.
None of that is true. What is actually true is we are...
Just that it's a home birth and she's...
Stop it. Stop.
He's actually sitting in the
pool.
I
will mute you all. What is actually happening is my wife and I are going into the hospital tomorrow... Wednesday, the 20-something.
What room?
I don't know. Don't
tell Sam.
Yeah, somewhere in Gaston County, and so by the time this episode hits air, by the time you're actually listening to this episode, we will have had our new daughter.
All right.
So there will be no show next week. We're going to take a week off and give me an opportunity to kind of acclimate to life with 2 children.
And it's an acclamation.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Be patient with us, listeners. It might be 2 weeks. We'll see.
We'll see. I'm going to aim for just the one. I have been given permission that I can come back after one.
Don't you make her upset now.
But that's permission given to me before the child is here.
Yeah.
So there is that. So there will be no episode next week.
So in its stead, I will be doing a live puppet show on YouTube.
I like this idea.
With paper bags and socks.
I will make sure
I'm watching the show.
Yeah, I will make sure that Stuart comes by with some high-def cameras and can live stream it. Or you can just Periscope it. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah, Periscope.
Yeah. I need to do more of that. I just don't do it.
Hey, Sam, I got an idea.
Yeah.
You are not going to Periscope the birth of my daughter.
Damn. All right, Sam, I have another idea.
I like that was actually an option. Is that actually where you're going with that?
No.
Okay, because it would have been perfect if it would have been.
Hey, let's just find out where Shawn is. and goes screaming through the hallways.
Oh my God! Don't do that.
Where's my ginger? Where's my ginger?
Oh, don't do that.
Where's my ginger baby? Where's my ginger baby?
Oh my gosh! Let's not do that at all.
Hey, I should just do that myself. That'd be hilarious.
So next
Security,
week,
there's a large man running through the building. Take him down.
Anyway, so next week, not next week, next episode. Again, we're taking the week off. But next episode will be The Mummy. Brandon Fraser's The Mummy. Yeah. But before I get too much farther away from where I was supposed to go next, I was supposed to say, what is your guys out of 10?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Andrew.
Let's go 6.7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot higher than I thought you were going to go.
Well, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but maybe that is too high. Hang on, let me rethink this.
Okay.
Let's go 6. Let's go 6.1.
Oh.
6.1 elephant ejaculates.
Good God.
You know this don't look natural, right, Coach? I'm just looking back over some of your last few, Andrew. You liked Clear and Present Danger better.
Yes.
You liked this better than Spy Games. You liked this 1/10 better than Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You only liked John Wick 0.25 more.
Yes.
Okay.
You just don't like Keanu Reeves, you bastard.
I really don't. I don't like him at all.
That's a shame. My computer's really hot right now. It's kind of worrying me.
Oh, yes, it is.
Well, when your wife's been pregnant for so long, things get a little attractive.
Oh, nice. I see what you did there. Oh, you sexy MacBook Air, you. Corny.
I'm going to give it 10 and a section of Puerto Rico's.
10?
Yes, I'm going to give it a 10.
10?
Oh, my God.
Dude, I love this movie. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to watch it before I go to bed tonight.
Seriously?
I'm going to watch it as I go to sleep. I'm going to play it while I'm going to sleep.
I don't think you've given a 10 on any other movie we've ever done.
Yes, I have.
Billy Bob Thornton, Big Cop Jumanji.
What is wrong with you?
What's that one? The Billy Cop.
Big Cop in Little Detroit. Yeah.
Guy goes to Hollywood.
He dies and goes to Hollywood.
Beverly Hills Cop?
Beverly Hills Cop. There we go.
I don't think you gave me a 10 on that either.
I think I was being subjective at the time.
What movie would you have ever given a 10 on? The only one I could think of from this would have been
The Avengers. But that
Avengers. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the only one.
Well, I didn't write it down, so I have no way to prove you right or wrong. But good for you. I'm impressed.
That or Beverly Hills Cop.
Well, you didn't.
I mean, okay.
Sorry.
Well, I might have, what did I give it?
I actually don't know.
It would have been a 9. Might not have been a 10, but it would have been up there.
When did we do it? It's not even on my list that we did it.
Was that? That was one of our Phantom episodes.
No, we did it. It aired.
Oh, okay.
It aired. It's our first episode. If just for some reason well, whatever. I guess I can go back and listen to it, but I don't want to. Anyway.
I will.
The only thing personally, the highest movie that we've ever done for me rankings was Die Hard. And I gave it a 9.5.
And I don't think we included that in the list because...
Yeah, because that was just me and Steve. Yeah. All right, so cool, 10.
I guess I hate nothing about this movie. I told you I didn't say anything bad about it, and I can't. So
didn't defend it very hard, though. I'm just teasing. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah. I will give this a good 6.5. Very enjoyable. 6.5 kicks in the groin out of 10.
That was funny when he was like, come here, stop. And he kicked him in the nuts. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I gotta spell my name right. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna say a 5.8.
Oh, wow!
65-yard field goal attempts that would never happen because the longest in the NFL is 64. By a Denver Bronco.
In Mile High Stadium.
There you go. 5.8. I mean, the movie kind of is okay. It's funny. I like the football. I like Keanu Reeves, but I don't know.
I like the football.
I do like the football. All right. Now we're done with that part.
Brother, we watch
Hey, bro.
we watch a football movie.
You don't worry about the other horse. You're just as good as the horse. That's it. So next week, or not next week, damn it. Next episode will be The Mummy, Brendan Fraser.
Hey, and how appropriate. Sarah will be another mummy.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Good job, Sam.
I'm actually impressed.
Yeah.
I didn't do that one.
That's actually one of the better jokes you've ever had. Ever. It was better than Mexpert.
Oh. And I was so sad not to see that Mexpert wasn't the caption for
it needed to be spoiler. I mean, it needed to be spoiler alert.
Because somebody's going to go, what's Mexpert?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I make usually whatever dumb thing that we come up with in an episode becomes the name of the episode. But I was like, oh, Mexpert, that's hilarious. So I wrote it down, but then as I was posting the show, I was like, it really needs to say spoiler alert.
Yeah, okay, fine, whatever.
We'll call this one Mexpert just because.
I like this idea. Or I'll create a Phantom episode for next week. So just that there's a placeholder, and it just says nothing but Mexpert. I like this idea.
Watch it be our most downloaded podcast ever.
Yeah, because it's like 1 second long, and it's just corny
it's like
saying
John
Mexpert.
Cage 433.
Yeah. That's it. That's our show.
All right. Sorry, folks.
I have nothing more to say.
Goodbye.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I'm going to teach your daughter how to fart on command.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. So leave us a review, iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. Crap, I can't remember what I was going to say.
Big Mike.
Yeah. Thanks for Jen and Mike for the emails. We appreciate it. Visit our website, cheapseatreviews.com. Leave us like us on Facebook, facebook.com/cheapseatreviews. Follow us on Twitter @cheapseatcast. I am at Shawn J. Allred. Sam is at Soniji, which is SONEJI 16. At Johnny Darko 16 is corny. Johnny with 2 N's. And at A. Jimison is Andrew, of course. You may, as always, please send us your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. You may call and leave us a voicemail. Somebody, anybody, call. Not you, Sam. Call and leave us a voicemail at 704-271-4290. And that's going to do it for us, for the show. That's it. Good show, guys. I appreciate your love and support. Well, not your Sam, but Corny and Andrew. So it'll be a couple of weeks. But just to give us, while I wait for Overture to Candide to get to the point where I'm ready to say goodbye, we've got some really good stuff coming up, including Unforgiven, the Fantastic Four movie, Some of All Fears, We Were Soldiers. I even put Star Trek V made it onto the list. That is the worst Star Trek movie ever made. Sam, you and I are going to have a blast ripping it apart. So there you go.
Dear.
Anyway, that's my cues. On behalf of Corny, Andrew, Sam, and my new daughter, this is Shawn saying thank you for listening and good night.